Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Stallworth, AtlTrafficLady. I'm in the merge here. I'm in the merge with the new birth traffic exitors, exiting people. Trying to get to the other thing. Hey, happy Father's Day. It's a Father's Day edition of HowWeFlow.Today-TV with me, Stallworth, AtlTrafficLady. Hey, hi, how are ya? Prayerfully you're having a great day so far. So far, so good. So far, so good. Can't complain. God is God. Great service today at Newburgh. Pastor Bryant, your dad was there and giving the word today. Always great Bishop Bryant, from the niece of Bishop Norris, Bishop Bryant. I would say it's great seeing you there today and hearing you as always. It's them AME roots, baby. Jamal, we got them AME roots now. You know that. Cousin Richard, Cousin Marcellus Norris, and R3. What up, though? Bishop and Marianne Norris. I'm their niece. My mom's brother, Bishop Norris. So, going on to glory, those three. So happy Heavenly Father's Day, Uncle Richard, and all my uncles, cousins, grandfathers that are in glory already. So, I'm not really talking about much today. I don't know. You know, God don't tell me till I get on here, but I say, hey, let me just get on. You find me chit-chat, patty-wagging at first, and then he'll remind me of what I need to say. So, if he does, then I'll tell you. But keep on keeping on, baby. Keep on keeping on. Bishop Brian said, be strong. Fathers tell your children to be strong. And strong in the Lord. Everything else, what do you really want? What do you really want? Yeah, I guess what we're talking about. What do you really want? Bishop Brian talked about people on the platform talking about if they could have anything they wanted, and the answer would be yes. What would it be? What do you really want? What do you really want? So, I think he said the first person's answer was money. Second one said influence. I don't know what the third one said. Fourth one said Jesus. I'd rather have Jesus than silver and gold. No fame or fortune or riches untold. I'd rather have Jesus than silver and gold. I really want God to be pleased with me, right? I want him to say, well done, thou good and faithful servant. That's what I want the most, right? And all the rest comes after that, right? Right? And all the rest shall be added unto us. Seek ye first the kingdom of God. And all other things will be added unto it. So yeah, first things first. Keep God first, everybody. For my hashtag my three sons, keep God first. Keep God first. There's so much out here in the world. They're in their early to almost mid-20s, my sons. And they're out there where everybody's got their own ideas about everything, and you know, either people try to influence them or they try to influence others, or they just stand on their own. So there's lessons and lessons, and then there's lessons, and then there's lessons, and then there's more lessons. No losses, just lessons. We gotta learn from all these experiences. Even grown-ups, come on, it's never too late to learn. And so if at first you don't get it right, you'll get it right. Learn the lesson and then move up. What I call that thing we used to play as kids, dumb school. You ever played dumb school? I forget what video I talked about this in. Dumb school is where, when I grew up, we didn't have all the video games and all that stuff. We had to go to the arcade, and then they finally had it in the house, but it wasn't the same as now, where kids do all kinds of stuff, video games all day, and play with people online, all those other things. So we would play outside, and if there's no kids outside, just a few of us, or if it's just my siblings and I, and no one else was around for whatever reason, we still would play outside. So one game we would play is called Dumb School, D-U-M-B, Dumb School. And so the object of Dumb School is to graduate. Move up a level every time. Move up, move up, move up. And so in order to move up the level, to graduate to the next grade and get to the next grade and level up and matriculate, you have to get the answer right. And it wasn't questions. There was no questions. It was just, oh, wow, thank you, God. It was just about choices. I always talk about make good choices. Make different choices. You don't like where you are right now? Every choice you made up to this moment got you here. You don't like it? Make different choices. Make better choices. So Dumb School, thank you God, is all about our choices, right? So someone's the teacher of Dumb School, and they have like a rock or something in their hand. And, they put it behind their back with the other hand, and then they pull both things out like this and say, which hand? Simple question. Just like there's simple questions in life. Are you going to do this or that? You pick this hand or this hand. Which one has the rock in it? And they'll say, this one. Nope. You've got to stay. Then you put it behind, switch it up, or keep it the same. You try to trick them on whether you change your hands or not. And then the next person goes, which hand? Nope. And then they got to stay. They don't get to move up. You don't level up if you make the wrong Dumb School choice. you gotta try to level that thing up. So then they'll switch it up again. They'll say, which hand? Yes, you got it. And then you level up. You usually play it on some steps. And so the higher steps, the higher you got to go with the Dumb School. But, most times it was 3, 4, 5 steps maybe. So then you would level up. And then the next person would try, and they might get it or they might not get it. If they get it, they move up. And then y'all two even. Then someone's ahead of you. Then they miss a few, and they got to stay behind, and you're ahead of them. It's just like life. I never even thought of Dumb School as being anything significant. But God just told me it's just like our lives. It's making a choice. Do you choose this or that? And based on what you choose, you either stay where you are or you level up. Come on and level up. I don't know what you're waiting for. Why haven't you made this choice? Level yourself up. You're staying in the Dumb School. You're never going to graduate. You're going to graduate from Dumb School, right? Choices. Gotta make good choices. And if you think you made good choices, they might have sounded good to you at the time. But at a certain point, you begin to look around and realize, dang, I'm not really getting anywhere. Everybody's ahead of me. I thought I was going to be, I tried to be, leveled up past here. I'm still in the doggone kiddie pool. What? And then people who you thought weren't going to ever pass you, because you thought they weren't making good choices, they start making good choices and they're past you. And you're still down there in the kiddie pool like, what? You're on the bottom step, man. And finally, after repeating the lesson again and again and making the wrong choices again and again, where you lesson and you lesson and you lesson and you never learn it, learn the lesson so you can move up. So I think at this day and age, I'm speaking to somebody specific and I'm speaking to everybody, at this day and age, it's time to level up. And I think you understand this. I want to make sure that you make the right choice or a series of choices to level up in the Dumb School. Which one? Yes, yes, yes. Which one? This one? Yes, yes. And then suddenly you're all the way up, right? And that is the goal, baby. God has greater things for you. And you're still playing in the kiddie pool level. You're down on the bottom step of Dumb School. What is going on with you? Now, I believe you can do this thing. I know God can, and I believe He will. And I believe that you're going to do what He asked you to do in order to get that thing done. That's for my special person. For everyone else, I believe the same doggone thing. You can do it. You can do it. But you gotta make the choice. Nope. Yes, right? And so let's level up. Every choice you make is going to determine your future. Every decision. Should I stay with them or should I get out of this toxic relationship? I think I'll stay. I've been here a while. They love me. They're just mean. They're just trying to tear me down. No, that's a dumb school answer. That's a stay on the bottom step answer. You should never stay in a toxic relationship. I don't see any reason why you should stay. Don't ever let anybody tell you, oh, just stay. You've been here long enough. No, get out. Right? And then all of a sudden you level all the way up. You're no longer bound. Right? No longer in this toxic place. No longer fighting for your very life and your very livelihood and your esteem. Right? Come up out of that thing. And then say, God, what would you have me to do? I know you told me before, but tell me again, because I don't know if I heard it right before, because I thought you said that. Or I know you didn't say that, and I know what you said, but I didn't want to do it because I ain't like how it was looking. I ain't like how what you had for me looked. I wanted to do my own thing. Then you stay down that bottom step, man. You're in the dumb school lowest level. Like, what is that? Level up, level up. Eventually people start passing you, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm still here. New people keep coming in. New people keep passing you. New people keep coming in. New people keep passing you. You're still in the bottom step. Which one? Nope. This one? Nope. Learn the lesson. And here's the thing. I teach college level communication courses, speech communication courses. And there is one of the textbooks I use has the textbook publisher has a test bank of questions for quizzes and our tests, right? And so I tell my students that the textbook publisher wants to know, did you read their textbook? So when they ask you, here's some tips for how to handle this quiz, because people get thrown off. When the question asks, according to your textbook, or as your textbook states, what would your textbook recommend? When you see that word textbook, that's a wrap. Take everything out of your mind that you think you know, that you think makes sense, that you think whatever, get rid of that. Because the textbook publisher wants to know, did you read my book and what I said? Did I ever say that term? Why did you think that was the answer? Wrong, right? And so you got to, and they're going to try to, make sure that you know what you're supposed to know. And so when it says, according to your textbook, what does the textbook state? What did the textbook recommend? All the things we think we know, just take that out of the equation and just say, okay, what did the textbook say? Much like, what did the Bible say? What did God say? When I'm stuck with figuring out a choice, my questions on my quizzes are true, false, multiple choice. It's not fill in the blank. It's not anything else. It's true or false, this or that, or multiple choice. This, all of these, or only this and this, right? So it could be a little tricky. Like life gets a little tricky. You get all these choices. Should I be with this person, all of these people at once, or just this person and this person, or none of these? What's the answer? And in your mind, be like, I want this, and this, right? I'll pick all of these. I want to be with all of these people. Like what? And the answer is wrong, not there. So then you're like, all right, how about this person and this person? Wrong. All right, how about just this person? Wrong. How about all of these? Wrong. How about none of these? Ding, ding, ding. Yes, you're right. None of these. Don't be with any of those people. I have something better for you. Next question. True or false, right? Should I do what God said, or true or false? Should I do what God said? That's as simple as that. No. Did I do what God said? True or false? I did what God said. True or false? And you can try to make it a permissive will, what he said, but that would not be true. That would be false. Because doing what God said would be doing what God said. Whatever he's told you to do, do that. Not like when I tweak it a little bit and I add a little bit of what I think to it. No. Did I do what God said? Or the question, I did what God said, true or false? And I want it to be true, because what God said makes the most sense. Because if he's your creator, I've said this before, he's your creator, he created you for a certain plan and a purpose, and you go with his purpose, you win. When you go against his purpose and you start add your own stuff in, and you don't realize according to what the textbook says, what the textbook states, what the textbook recommend, what did God recommend, what did he state, what did he say, and you do your own thing, thinking your own stuff, you're going to get the thing wrong. And that's what happens to us, right? And until we learn to trust what the textbook says when you're taking these tests, because even if it sounds a way to you, like, yeah, that's what I would do. Of course, that's what you would do. But what did he say to do, right? He didn't tell you to do that. What did the textbook say? According to the textbook. According to the textbook. What did the textbook say? It didn't say that. What did God say? He didn't say that. You're so used to his permissive will and his grace that you don't do what he says. And you get so comfortable in being given grace. But how about not just saying grace all the time? Saying grace. Why can't we just do what he says and we don't need the grace? Not that we never need grace, but literally that we don't need to go opposite of what he said. There's a plan for us. He already knew who he's going to put you with. He already knew what he wanted you to do. He already knew everything about what he needed you to do. And if we follow the plan, it gets success faster. And it gets the real success. Not any phony level of success, right? So I guess the goal here is to pass dumb school. And dumb school is a bit of a metaphor or parallel for decisions we're making in our lives. What decision are you making in this life right here? Did you do what the textbook publisher said? Did you do what the author and finisher of your faith said? What did you do? What did you do? Oh my gosh, what did you do, right? And did I do just what he said? Because he's going to do just what he said. He wants to know, will you do what he said? Will you do what he said to do? What did he say to do? Well, then do that. So, fathers, children of fathers, wives, spouses, significant others of fathers, and really just everybody, let's listen to what our Heavenly Father said to do and do that. Just do that. Right? What did he feel his air? Oh, his air. It's still feeling good. It's getting a little weak, though. I might have to recharge it again. But whatever he told you to do that. So once you understand that it's better if you do what he said to do, instead of just doing your own thing, A, B, C, or A and B, or A and C, or B and C, or all of these, or none of these, which one is the answer? And it's a setup to trip you up. God's not setting you up to trip you up, because if you just listen to what he said, you will never be tripped up. But that sneaky, nasty old snake, the enemy himself, will send you in with the trick questions and the trick answers to help you think that your choice is the right one. When there's really only one choice. And that one choice is, what did God say to do? What did the Bible say to do? Then do that. And you'll win. I mean, it doesn't mean that there won't be tough times or, difficult situations, but the choices are clear. It's always what he said. When they say Bible is basic instructions before leaving earth, what did he say to do? Do that. What does the Bible say? Do that. What did the Lord say? Do that. And you'll always win. We always win. It's a setup from the beginning. It is a setup, honey. You will always win when you do it God's way. Because with God, it's a fixed fight. You will not lose. You cannot lose. We always win. We always win, right? And once people begin to realize and understand that and apply that to their lives, when they're sitting here trying to play dumb school, then they will understand that that's not how you win. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not how you win. I got a little here, pencil erasers. All right, so this will be like our rock, our pencil eraser. So, all right, I'm going to tell you which hand I got it in. Okay, so then I'm going to go like this. Okay, which hand? And they'll say this one. Nope. All right, then you switch it up again behind your back. I can't go behind my back in the car. Behind your back, you either keep it in the same hand, switch hand. Which hand? This one. Yes, you move up a step, right? And let's say the teacher of dumb school is life, or the enemy even, trying to trick you out your spot. We talked about being tricked out your spot. I'm taking my place, and whoever's in my place is gone. Deuce, right? But don't let the enemy trick you out your spot. The teacher's dumb school is the enemy trying to trick you out your spot. And they will not trick you out your spot if you do what God said, right? So, and if God said, this is yours, then that's what we're doing. We're doing this is mine. So I don't know what you're doing, but I'm doing what God said. And what God said will come to pass. We talked about this before. Isaiah 60:22, when the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. And he will. And he has. And a change is going to come. A change has come, right? So, yeah, the teacher of dumb school is the enemy himself. And life itself. Trying to trip you up. And so one of the ways they could trip you up is to make something look like something that is not. Look like something that is not. Someone looks like they're godly, but they're not. Someone looks like they're a pastor, but they're not. A pastor in name only, in education only, but not in any relationship with the Lord. But they're not. In dumb school, the way they try to trick you, the enemy teacher's the enemy, the devil himself, life itself. Dumb school, like if there's a rock that's a certain size, and kids' hands are smaller, right? So if you put the thing in your hand, and you had a small enough hand as a kid, the hand wouldn't close as much as one that didn't have anything in it, right? So one would look bigger than the other. So in order to, and because eventually we figure that out, and we always pick the right one because the one that looks bigger is the one that has it, right? So the dumb school teacher, enemy, the devil himself, whatever, life itself, trying to trick you up, will make the other hand that has nothing in it look bigger, like there's something in it, like it's like the rock is in there, and make this one look really tighter and smaller. And you might pick the one that looks bigger because you might think the thing's in it, and because they try to trip you up. True, false, multiple choice. Is it this, or that? Which hand? And this one looks like the rock's in it because it's bigger, and you're like, nope. All right, then they try to do it again, and then they make the one that was looking bigger before, that had nothing in it, they make it look smaller and make the other one look bigger, which does actually have it in it, but you might think that the bigger one doesn't have it in it because it didn't last time, and then you pick the smaller one because you think they tried to trick you to the smaller one. This one, nope. And you stay on the stupid bottom step of dumb school, meaning the enemy has thwarted you moving toward your destiny yet again. How long you been this way, getting tricked up by the enemy? How long you've been trying to do it your own way instead of what God said, right? God's going to make you get it right every time because you're going to do what he said. Yep. I'm at the top step. Yep, I graduated from dumb school now. Now I'm on out of here. I'm on my destiny journey. So, some people are like, oh, I'm okay how it is. I like doing these things I'm doing that aren't what God said. It's called sin. And for all have sinned. None of us are free of doing things that are sinful. But if it's our endeavor to not do that, that's one thing. But if it's like we're sold out to sin, then that's a whole other thing, right? And so it's like, I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing. It's fun. I like it. I get satisfaction out of it. No satisfaction in restrictions of what God says. And literally, there's freedom in what God says. There's freedom in what God says. We'll touch on that a little more in another video, but doing what the Lord says gives you freedom. You don't have to worry about consequences, bad consequences of following what God said. There's more difficult consequences of following what you said or doing what He said not to do. Whatever you do, oh Lord, whatever you do. Okay, I got one more story, then I gotta go to the store. But whatever you do, whatever you do, don't do this, right? God be like, whatever you do, don't fool with them. Whatever you do, don't do this. I was a kid, and old enough to know better, but my dad was replacing windows at the house. And we all had older houses, and so they had those wooden sash windows, with the crisscross things like they have now that are plastic or that are built in the window. It was wood, and it had all these little 6 to 9 glass panes in it. And so they were older, wooden. It had the rope on the side and the little thing to pull it down and up and whatever, and the little twist to lock and all that stuff. And classic windows, even our house even had those glass doorknobs, right? You guys remember that? Doorknobs made of glass, hardwood floors, right? All of that stuff. But it was time to replace those windows because they weren't energy efficient. So Dad put new windows in the whole house. On this particular day, he was replacing the ones in the dining room. And the dining room had really, really big windows that he was putting in. And he said, no, actually he wasn't replacing, he already replaced the ones in the dining room. Now I'm thinking about it because they had different kind of windows. They had the kind where you turn the knob and the louvers go up, like it goes like this. This is the window, and it goes like that. You open it, and then you close it. And so it's like 2 or 3 windows go up and down like that. That's what the dining room, he put those in for dining room. These new windows were even newer, and they were for upstairs in the bedrooms. And like I said, we had those ones with the wooden crisscross, and the 6 to 9 individual panes of glass, and drafty in the winter, and not great in the summer if we didn't have central air, but we had window air, right? And it would still be hot. No insulation in the windows, whatever. Windows, they didn't have those energy efficient features because it's an older house, right? No, so these windows, they were new and fancy, baby. They were like new construction windows. And I couldn't wait to get those in my room. Like, yay, can't wait to get these windows in my room. But he had them down in the dining room downstairs. And so I don't think anyone was home. My mom wasn't there, brothers weren't there, my sister, they were probably out somewhere. And it was just me. And he said, I got to go to the hardware store, Stephanie. He had them all laid out, leaned up against the wall or whatever. Brand new windows. I know they cost a pretty penny back then. He said, whatever you do, don't touch these windows. Whatever you do. That means do any doggone thing you want, but except that one thing. Whatever you do, don't touch these windows. Yes, sir. Whatever you do, don't touch these windows. I'll be back. And I looked at them. They were so beautiful. He left. I didn't touch them. I looked. I was like, oh, they're so pretty. I can't wait. It looks like new house windows, And I didn't touch them, and I didn't touch them. And finally I said, I was looking at them, though. Like, oh, yeah. Okay, I can't wait. So that's the lock, and there's like a little button that goes down to keep the lock from opening. If someone's just trying to open it, you have to press the button down to make the lock go past it. All that stuff. But I didn't know that at first. So when I finally did touch it, whatever you do, Stephanie, don't touch these windows. When I finally did touch the window, for all have sinned, right? He told me not to do it. I touched the window, and I wanted to, turn the locks, turn the little sash lock, like you move that little thing, it's a side twist that goes like this, like that, right? And it wouldn't open. I'm like, why won't it twist? I didn't know about the little push down button at the time. And I kept forcing it, and it went poof, and it went. but the little push down button broke off. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I broke the push down button. And I was so engrossed in, looking at and playing with these here windows that my dad said, whatever you do, don't touch these windows. And then I realized I broke a part of the thing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, my dad don't suffer fools lightly, but you'll be in trouble. And so I was so into it that I didn't hear him pull up. I didn't hear him come in the house. All I heard was him saying, didn't I tell you not to touch those windows? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm caught, right? Whatever you do, don't touch these. You do anything else you want, except that. And I did that. Boy, I got the spank whooping of my life that day. He didn't know I broke the thing off, or it would have been worse. But I got a lot of trouble that day. And he said, whatever you do. I guess like Adam and Eve could eat of any tree in the garden except that one tree. I've been like me going, oh, let me see. And still doing it anyway. Whatever you do, don't touch these windows. Whatever you do, do what God said. Whatever you do, your parent told you to do something, do that. I didn't do it though, right? We get curious and we want to find out stuff. And that doesn't stop at childhood. Adults still get curious and want to try stuff. And they get so engrossed in the trying of the stuff that they don't realize they're about to get caught and get in trouble. They don't even know they're caught until they're caught. I didn't hear him pull up. I don't think we had a quiet car. There were no quiet cars back then. I didn't hear him open the door. I didn't hear him close the door. I didn't hear him walk in. All I heard was say, didn't I tell you? I was like, oh, Lord. And it was a wrap, right? So it's not just kids. We as adults still try stuff. We still do what we know we're not supposed to do. I knew I wasn't supposed to touch them. I'm sure he didn't want me to break them, right? Whatever you do, why did he tell me not to touch them? Don't break them. He didn't say don't break them, but that's probably why. Now, I didn't break an actual window, a piece of glass, or anything like that. A part that you wouldn't even notice until it was in your room and then you couldn't, have a safety catch on the lock or whatever. But we're deep in our sin. And we're deep in doing what he said not to do, what God said not to do. And so deep in it, so engrossed in it, it's so wonderful, oh, so new and beautiful, oh, I want this so bad, yay! I can't wait until he gives me what it is. I couldn't wait till the windows were in the thing. You can open and close it all you want then. But he didn't give it to me to do that. He said, whatever you do, don't touch this thing. God probably told you, whatever you do, don't touch them. They will be your downfall. They're taking you out. They're draining your energy. They're putting work on you. They're doing stuff to you. Right? They're trying to gain control over you. And those windows had me engrossed. Boy, I was in a trance with that thing. I couldn't hear nothing. And when you're in a trance or you're under some spell work or you're under some whatever, you don't hear what you should normally hear. You don't see what you should normally see. You're not warned about what you should be warned about. You're not even aware that you're so far gone that it's a detriment to yourself. You're just not there. And that happens, right? So part of the reason why we're in the HowWeFlow.Today community is, of course, live our best life ever, our dream life, our destined life we don't take vacation from. But in order to get there, we have to learn to listen to what God says. You can't have your full destined life if you're not listening to what the destiny is. What did he tell you to do? Then do that. And if he told you what it is, and he laid it right in front of you, dumb school, yes, you win, right? Not this, right? This or that. Which one? I want this one. There's nothing in there. But it's pretty. I like it. It feels good. But you ain't getting nowhere. You get nowhere with that. Here, you get the whole promise. Everything God has for you. And more. And then level up. And level up. And level up. And it goes up from there. Like I said, it's all the way up. It's all the way up this year. So I'm waiting for you to come out of dumb school and like we all have to do at some point, and level that thing up. It's true, false, multiple choice. Is this who God really sent for me? No, false. They're false. They're fake. They're phony. They're fraud. How many F words do you want to say? Fake, phony, false, fraudulent, a farce, a fool. Oh, gosh, help me, Lord. Whatever that is, the answer to that is false. Your choice you chose is false. There's only one true and living God. And this is when you win. When you, yes, good, move up in dumb school, move up. Now you graduate dumb school, you learned all the lessons. Stop repeating the lesson. Nope. This one, nope. This one, nope. This one, nope. You keep repeating the lessons. Focus. What did he say? Where's he leading you? What is he telling you in your inner knowing? What have you heard from him? Have you even asked him what he wants you to do? There's so much to it, so much to it. I'm not going to get into the whole thing now, but I'm telling you, whatever you do, don't stay in that kiddie pool, please. Whatever you do, don't keep your destiny partner waiting. Whatever you do, clear the decks. Don't care what happens with them. They got to go just like they got other people out of there. Anyone who didn't agree with them, they got rid of them just like this. We never heard from them again. The people never got a chance to say goodbye. They never were mentioned ever again, like they never even freaking existed. You understand me? And that's what I want to have happen to that person. The take my place person. Never heard from again. No chance, no swan song, no goodbye. We love those other people. 2 to 3 other people on that particular staff I'm talking about here. I don't know where they are. They just were never mentioned again. I'm like, who does that? Well, because the fake person was the catalyst in letting them lose their position, and they thought it was fair to have them leave with no goodbye or no chance to say anything, then same grace. Same for them. Goodbye. We don't even want to say goodbye. We'll never want to see them again. Gone. Never heard from. Wiped from the website. Moved on. Got somebody new who's supposed to really be there, right? And maybe bring them other 2 people back. 2 to 3 people back. But that's another story. But same grace that fake phony person gave these really good godly people, that fake phony ungodly person acting like a godly person gave these really godly people who were really serving the Lord. They gave them no chance to say goodbye. They were just gone. Boop. Later on, I'm like, where's so-and-so? Oh, they're not here anymore. They were let go. Where's so-and-so? I ain't seen them in a while. Oh, they're not here anymore. When? Did they announce it? Nope. Why didn't they announce it? Well, because of the way they were let go. I'm like, yeah, okay. Same grace. Same grace for your fake girl there. Same grace. Never going to hear from her again. Why didn't she get to say goodbye? Because of the way she was let go. Same grace. They shouldn't be allowed to give a whole swan song and farewell dog and pony show. They got to go just like that. Never seen her from again. Where's so-and-so? Where's so-and-so? Where's so-and-so? They don't even mention them no more. I ain't seen them in a while. Bye. Deuces. Same grace for you, right? And then eventually you'll be tired of only just getting grace, and you'll just want to do what God said. So now it's time for you, my special person I'm talking to, plus everyone else I'm speaking to not just only get God's grace for when we mess up, but let's just do the right thing in the first place. If you do the right thing in the first place, the grace is just extra. You don't even need to have grace or get a second chance or all the forgiveness for making mistakes. I mean, no one's perfect, but still, when you do, you need it. But when you willingly don't do what he said, whatever you do, don't touch these windows. And I still did it. They were so tempting. It was so new and pretty and shiny and everything, and I couldn't wait. I learned that day. You're going to learn today. I learned that day. I'm like, oh, I'll never forget that. But whatever you do, please come on. I'm calling you into your greatness. Whatever you do, come on. I'm waiting. Come in the room. Waiting for you. We got people to see, places to go, things to do, people's destinies that are waiting for you to align with yours. Because there are things that God has set up for these people that we don't even know, that is connected to this connection, the right connection. And when you make that right connection, not only does the world of God's blessings open up for you, it opens up for these people who you don't even know you'll never meet. But the effect of what God allows you to do, build, be a part of, or do for others, who then do for others, who do for these other people that we'll never meet, it all comes from you just doing what he said. What did he say to do? Then do that. You don't trust him? He made the plan. He knows the end from the beginning. Begin with the end in mind. He started with the end in mind. He knew what he wanted. And then he created and made it all to come into play. And then us and our own free will, or we call it his permissive will, messed the whole thing up. And like I said, Bishop Bryant, he talked about that. Folks on the platform saying, if you can have anything you want, and the answer would be yes, what would it be? I want my God to say that I did what he said. I believed him, and I was obedient. And when I believe him that what he says for me is possible, and it will happen, he can, and I believe he will, and I believe it's possible for me, because that's the other thing. We talked about this in other videos. We'll go back to it another time. Even if you heard what God said, and you saw the beauty of what he was giving you, and you had a point in your own mind where you didn't believe that you deserved it. I did all those other terrible things. How could I deserve this really great, wonderful thing? God knew what you was going to do before you ever thought of doing it. He knew you in your mother's womb. He knew what you were capable of. But yet he still called this thing here into place for you. Yes, this is yours. This is yours. And if in our own feeling insignificant or feeling less than or feeling unworthy of that good and perfect gift that he gave us, or that he has for us, waiting for us when we choose it, choose right in dumb school, learn the lesson, then we will limit our ability to receive it properly because we don't even believe it for ourselves. So you'll self-sabotage trying to tell yourself, yeah, I know it would be great, but I don't think I can handle it. I don't think I can do that. I don't think that's for me. I don't think, I'm not worthy of that. I've done too many terrible things. Yeah, I don't think I can, I can't level up into that. But the thing is, you can level up in anything you want. Just make the right choices. Yes, level up. Yes, level up. Yes, level up. And graduate dumb school. Let's graduate our dumb school today. Let's graduate our dumb school today. Give God some glory to graduate dumb school. And level up, 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 up. It's all the way up. It's all the way up from here. Take the limits off, baby. There's no limits. What you mean? There's no limits. I believe God. It is so. I mentioned this in another video. Siblings. Did to, did not, did to, did not. Is so, is not. It is so. It is not. If God says a thing, it is so. And if you say it is not, then you're going against what he said. So if God said it, I believe it. That settles it. We used to always say that. If God said a thing, it's established. And it will come to pass. So just go with the flow. Come on now. I need you to get right in this thing. It's HowWeFlow.Today-TV. And we flow with God, baby. We flow with it. It ebbs and it flows. Doesn't mean everything's smooth all the time. Doesn't mean everything's great even right now. But I believe God that the best is still yet to come. So I am happy all the day. Even if it's not great right now, I still am happy. I still have joy. I'm not happy or joyful based on circumstance. I'm happy or joyful based on what God said. He said who I am and what he has. That's possible. It's all possible. We always win with him. Don't look like it. That trick's still sitting up there. Not for long, no. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. I can't wait, boy. I can't wait. I'm ready. Does it look like I'm ready? Ooh, I'm ready, baby. Come on now. We're over 3 years. Come on. Because like I said, the time is right. God is making it happen. So let's go. Hey, let's go. All right, I gotta go. I got errands to run and I don't want to be out here all day. It is Sunday, June 15th, 2025, Father's Day, honoring all fathers, love, hugs, pats, all of that, to all fathers, all godfathers, all father figures, all stepfathers, all people who act in a fatherly role, whether you have children or not. Sometimes you are mentoring or big brother types to people. And I'm grateful for all the people who pour into others, because that's what we're called to do. It's community. That's what we're here to do. It's community. We're here to help each other. So I'm here calling you into your greatness. And if you think you're not a great father, you flip the switch. All right, now I am. And I'm going to do everything that God said that I should do as a great father. And then all of a sudden you're a great father. Don't matter what happened back there. I made new choices. I don't like where I am right now, Steph. I don't like the kind of father I am. I don't even acknowledge half my kids. Well, I don't mean it has to always be like that. You could change that today. It's Father's Day. Change it right now. And say, okay, I'm going to be the father I always wanted to be, starting now. And so, I lost my little dumb school eraser. I'll use this contact lens case. Father I've been, father I always want to be. Boop, father you always want to be. Be it right now. Flip the switch. Okay, here's who I am. This is it. And then do the behaviors that go along with the father that you desire to be. And all of a sudden you're doing it. And all of a sudden it's sticking. All of a sudden, after 20-something days, something becomes a habit. All of a sudden it's a habit. And it is who you are. And then you don't even know any other way. You know, however you practice something and repeat something is how you're going to be doing it. So if you're doing something wrong, you're fathering in the wrong way. You're mothering in the wrong way. And you keep mothering in the wrong way, you're always going to mother in the wrong way. Until you change it, make the change from the wrong track to the right track, and then keep practicing it the right way. You might mess up a little at first because it's not familiar to you. Like anything new we learn, but it's a skill. We don't come out here as parents when the babies pop out like, wah, wah, wah. We don't know what the heck we're doing. Our lives change in that if you don't have kids, you won't understand, but as soon as you get a kid born, boop, your life changes the moment they come. There's this unconditional love that comes over you, and then there's this full burden of responsibility. You're responsible for a whole human being. And there's books about it, but we don't come already knowing. That's why I always say that's why God gives us kids as babies. If you're just having, children being born. If you're adopting, they come older, but or you're a step parent or whatever, and you get married later, and it's a blended family. But when they first come, every one of us came out as a baby. No one of us came out as an adult. Except when God created man, but and created Eve or whatever. But other than that, in this day and age, no one came out as a doggone adult, right? We all came out and to some parents who hopefully did the right thing with us. And they might have spent years making the wrong choices and wrong decisions and doing wrong behaviors about parenting. And maybe they didn't know how because no one taught them. And they didn't see proper parenting in their home. They didn't see healthy parenting when they were growing up, and their parents didn't see healthy parenting, and it goes generationally. And this is where it stops today. You're no longer picking the wrong one, and you're still a terrible parent. You pick ding, ding, ding. Yes, that's right. This is the first step to becoming the parent you want to be, is to be it. And everyone's going to be confused at first. What? He actually came? He actually did so-and-so? He actually acknowledged me that I'm actually his kid? He only always acknowledges 3 or 4, but he'll never talk about me. All of them. Line them all up. I would say line them all up. Every last one of them. They all deserve that from you if you're the parent. right? And well, I haven't done it so far. That's just how we've done it in my family. Keep things on the hush. No, you break that curse. That's a generational curse. Because when you do it, guess what? They're going to do it. And then they're going to do it to their kids. And then their kids are going to do it to their kids. And it never breaks the cycle. You're the cycle breaker. You're the generational curse breaker. And it starts today. Pick the right choice. Bing, yes. I don't know where the thing is. Bing, yes, correct. You got it. You win. Tell him what he's won. He's won becoming Father of the Year. And you might not be Father of the Year the first day, but the more you practice it the right way, however you practice something is how you're going to be at it. If you practice riding a bike the wrong way, you're going to always be falling off. If you practice whatever you do for a living the wrong way, you're always going to be terrible at it. But when you start practicing it the right way, practice makes permanent. So keep going. And if you mess up, you're good for 5 days, that 6th day you messed up. Oh, I did something I used to do. Oh, well, never mind. No, get back up again. Get back up again. Always get back up. The one time more than you're knocked down. One time more than you fail, get back up, try again. And that's how you win. And it's repeatedly doing this. None of us is perfect, right? In anything, whether it's parenting, fatherhood, motherhood, blended families, whatever, or anything else. Other choices we make. Dumb school. No. Stay down. You're on a lower level. You never learn the lesson. Learn the lesson. Just take a good look at it. Which one might the thing be in? I'm not sure. Is it in this one or this one? I don't know. This one looks a little loose, but I don't see anything in there, so maybe it's in this one. But it looks smaller, so maybe it's in this one. And you got to use your best educated guess, right? Put your thinking cap on. Use the skills that you have. God gave you skills to do this. I would say, I have everything I need. It's all right either within me or around me. Every resource I need is already here. And it's up to me to decipher what each thing that is around me is purposed to do and how I put this together, craft and curate to get what I need. Whether it's resources of people, resources of things, resources of thoughts that you had in your mind, resources of ideas, resources of access, resources of whatever God gave you, right? Whatever it is, I have everything I need. And when I start to think of things like I have everything I need, as opposed to, I wish I had so-and-so, I don't know how to figure that out. Well, sit there and figure it out. Bishop Brian said, apply yourself. You got to apply yourself. That the Latin teacher told you, apply yourself. I had Latin 1 and Latin 2. And, we applied ourselves. And we were really good at that thing, right? I love Latin. It was great. That was the first time I learned a new language. Before I learned Spanish, I learned Latin. And so we had 2 years of Latin in middle school, 3 years of Spanish in high school, and 2 or 3 courses of Spanish in college. I didn't have French. I tried French. I didn't try French. I had friends who tried French. And my kids were learning French actually in kindergarten. Madame Fulford. And they were learning French at 4 and 5 years old. So yes, do give your brain a chance to expand. We only use a portion of our brain power. I said I teach public speaking classes, and we talk about listening as an active process. People think, I'm listening, I hear you. That listening is passive, listening is active. That you actively engage in what the person is saying and trying to figure out what is the message they're really trying to give to me, and also asking questions and asking for clarification to make sure you fully understand, because the best communicated message is one that's received by the listener in the way that the speaker intended it. And if you want to receive the message properly, you've got to actually be listening, right? And so there's a difference between hearing and listening. Hearing is physiological. Are you listening to me? I hear you. Next time someone says, I hear you, say, I know you can hear me because you have a sense of hearing, so you can hear everything. You can hear the car going by, you can hear TV in the other room, you can hear everything. But are you listening? It's an active process to be listening, right? So the other thing about listening causes the poor listening, focusing on people's appearance or on their delivery or focusing on other things. Like our biggest distractors is this device situation, right? Always giving notifications, always scrolling, right? And so there's reasons for poor listening. There's reasons for these distractions. Another reason for poor listening is the point I was going to get to is talking about our brain is spare brain time. You guys ever hear of spare brain time? I teach my students about spare brain time as a reason for poor listening, because the average human can communicate or speak at about 120 on average to 180 words a minute. We can speak on average 120 to 180 words a minute as humans. Sounds like a lot of words in a minute, 120 to 180 words a minute, if you're a faster speaker or a slower speaker. 120 to 180, that's the range. The human brain can process, way up here, 400 to 800 words a minute. Our brain can process 400 to 800 words per minute, but we can only speak at 120 to 160 words a minute, 180 words a minute. Whatever I said, 120 to 180 words a minute. 400 to 800 is how we process. So by the time even though I'm a fast talker, by the time I said what I said at 180 words a minute, you done processed that. Because even if you're only at 400 words a minute in processing ability, I'm only at 180, 280, 380. That's 220 more words in a minute that I could have spoken before you would be full of process. That's for a 400 word a minute processor. If you're an 800 word a minute processor, right? That's 620 more words full of processing ability that you had that you're not accessing. And when you're not accessing that, you start thinking of other stuff. I'm sure you thought about other stuff while I'm sitting here talking now. And then you tune back in. And then you tune back out and tune back in. So we don't even use the fullness of the computer of a brain that God gave us, right? So, focus in, track in, buckle in, and apply yourself. Yes, you can do anything that you want to do. Everything is possible with God. And all you have to do is actually believe that you can do it and say that I'm doing this thing, and if God says it to be, then it's a good thing. But like I said in the other video, probably my last video or 2 videos ago, I used to always say you can have anything you want as long as it's God's will, but I had to make an amendment to that, because you can have anything you want whether it's God's will or not. And then the question is, in the dumb school, am I going to do and want what God's will is, or am I going to do or want whatever I want that's not God's will? Because you can still speak things that are not as though they were, whether it's the right thing or the wrong thing. So just be mindful that your mind, as you're mindful of your mind, as you're thinking about your thinking, metacognition, be thinking about your thinking, and realize I have everything I need. And whether if it's not within me, it's within reach of me. It's within people I know. It's within places I've been. It's within resources I've come in contact with. It's with things I've read. It's with, it's what God places right before me and I don't even realize it, right? So be thinking about your thinking. Be intentional about everything. Start your day with an intention. What do I intend to do today? What do I intend to get out of this thing that I'm doing right now, right? What did you intend to get out of watching this video? Start with that. Begin with the end in mind. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey. The first habit is begin with the end in mind. If you don't know where you're going, you're never going to get there. You're going to meander your way through life. Where are you going? What's the end point? Where are you trying to go? I'm trying to go up there. Okay, then I'm going up there. Oh, I got knocked over, knocked here, knocked there. Where are you going now? You going up there now? No, I'm still going there. You just find a new way to get there. Don't give up. Just find a new way. Or find a way to get there from where you got knocked over to, because life knocks you over sometimes. And so I'm not saying everything's going to be perfect in a cute little Dixie cup. What I'm saying is you have what it takes to get whatever it is that you need to get. And you've been given the parameters to do it if you listen to and you tune into what God said to do. That way you don't waste your time on all the other stuff. You're wasting so much time, wasting all these years. It's going to be 7 years wasting on other stuff. 7 years is gone. You know, you in your middle ages now. What? You're in your mid-50s. What are we doing? Right? So, come on, just tap into all that He's given you. You have everything you need. You have everything you need. You have everything you need to do exactly what He said to do. And you've got to have a made-up mind to say, that's what I'm doing. That's my intention. That's what I'm doing. You don't let the day tell you what it's going to do to you. You wake up and you tell the day, this is what we're doing. This is what I'm doing today. This is the day. This is what's happening today. You don't just wake up, another day. All right, let me see what's going to happen today. No, you tell the day what's going to happen, right? You speak it. Otherwise, it's going to speak over you. It's going to take over you. And it's going to be the dumb school teacher, which is the enemy, which is life. They're going to teach you some lessons that you didn't really even want to have to learn. And you don't have to learn them the hard way if you just do what He said. Whatever you do, don't touch that window. Don't touch these windows. And I did it anyway. I learned the hard way. The hard head, soft behind way. So, you know, it is what it is. But I learned the lesson. I never forget that lesson. So some of us had to learn the lesson the hard way, so we'll never forget the lesson. Others of us learn a lesson before we have to be have made the mistake. So figure out what kind of person you are and see if you can switch to something that is a little less painful, cause you a little less wounds and troubles in life, right? Not as hurtful, not so many heartbreaks and setbacks. Just do what God said. That's it. And you don't know what He said? Tap in. Lord, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Please make it crystal clear, completely clear what I need to be doing. And I'm going to end on this. I was in a marriage that wasn't great. A lot of domestic abuse and, you know, not just physical, emotional, financial, all kinds of ways. Again, Google the power and control wheel. That really opened up my eyeballs to all kinds of domestic abuse that I was being subject to that I didn't even know was considered domestic abuse. And I always thought domestic abuse is domestic violence when it's only physical. And there's some physical, but more emotional and more of these other ways, financial abuse, coercion. There's so many ways, right? And it helped me understand where I was and how I was stuck in that cycle. But one day, you know, sold out for Jesus. You know, we waited before we got married to have relations. We did all the things we were supposed to be doing. So I figured I was, you know, had somebody who was, you know, sold out for God as I was. But it turned out maybe he had some other things that weren't worked out yet. Maybe I did too. So, bottom line, I said, God, this cannot be the godly marriage that you have for me. This can't be it. This can't be it. But I don't want to try to get some divorce unless I have some biblical grounds for divorce. But this is just too painful. This just can't be what you really have for me. You know? I might have acted like you told me to marry this person, but I don't know that you did, looking back. I think I might have decided that, right? Or they might have decided that, or we decided that. It wasn't necessarily what thus saith the Lord. So I was on my face. The kids, I sent the kiddos off to elementary school, whatever they were at, preschool, elementary school, daycare. And my spouse was at work, and it was just me. And I was like, God, Lord, you know, Jesus, please. You got to make it abundantly clear. Make it abundantly clear if I need to stay in this marriage or not. You know, I don't want to make a mistake and get a divorce I wasn't supposed to. Make it abundantly clear whether or not I need to be in this marriage. I'm on my face. I'm in with him. And that was in the morning. And that night, I got crystal clear evidence and a crystal clear clarification that no, this is not the marriage for you, and that yes, this person was unfaithful, and no, you don't have to stay in this marriage. Same day. I'm like, Lord, just make it crystal clear. And it was irrefutable evidence. There was no way that this could be construed as anything else than what it really was. And I was like, wow, Lord, I asked you to tell me in no uncertain terms, and boy, you let them no uncertain terms out. It was clear. Let's be clear. And it was, and my heart shot back to life, right? So what I'm saying to you is sometimes you just have to ask the Lord if you feel like it doesn't seem like it's lining up with what He really might have for you based on what you thought you knew. We know what we think we know. We know what we know, but we don't know what we don't know. And we know what we think we know. That's what I think I know, right? But over time and the truth are friends, over time, you begin to understand more. But there may still be some areas that you don't have full understanding in, and that's when you got to lean in and get with God. Say, God, just please make it clear in no uncertain terms. Do I need to stay in this marriage? Is this the marriage that you have for me? Or did I make a mistake and do something on my own? Is this the whatever situation you have for me, God? Is this what you want me to be doing? Is this where I should be? Is this where I should live? Is this where, whatever, everything in life, just ask Him. And really lean in on that thing. And even if, and when you say in no uncertain terms, let me know, be ready for whatever He reveals, because He's gonna reveal it, because you asked for it. But you'll be grateful in the long run that the clarity is there. And when you're clear that God said, no, I want you to move in a different direction, then there should be no hesitation to move in a different direction. Because it's what He said. You did what He said. Whatever you do, don't touch these windows. And I did the wrong thing. But I learned a lesson. So maybe you did the wrong thing. You made the biggest mistake of your life last year. It's okay. You can still pivot and then get in alignment with what it is that thus saith the Lord. And so that's what I'm calling you to do. I'm encouraging you to do that. I'm calling you into your greatness. I always say, I'm calling you into your greatness. I'm calling you into your greatness. I'm calling you into your greatness. And so I'm waiting for you to be all that He created you to be. Not just a portion. You're just scratching the surface of who He called you to be. There's so much more. There's so much more. I can't even begin to share with you how much more. And I only know some of it. Not until this whole connection comes fully together, as divinely ordained, will He unlock the puzzle lock to release everything and all the knowledge and understanding of it. So please hurry up. Because I am wondering, what is it going to be? But it's going to be big. It's going to be big. Okay, all right, I got to go. It's over an hour, like 1:08. All right, love, hugs, pats, all of that, heart eyes, everything. And I love you so much. I cannot wait to see you. I cannot wait to hear from you. Don't hesitate. Just go for it. Come on, in no uncertain terms. Give some clarity to your person. Let your people understand where you really come from. And just stand on that thing that God said. And watch what happens. The whole thing opens up. And not only is your destiny unlocked, but all the destinies that are connected to your destiny and all the destinies that are connected to their destiny being connected to yours, etc. And it's a ripple effect all the way out to so many people that you'll never know, you'll never meet. But because you obeyed God, whatever you do what I said, then everything opens up for everybody. So it's not just about me, not just about you. It's about all the people that we are destined to touch, purpose to touch. And then the people that they're purpose to touch, and just expands exponentially. And so there's people that are waiting for their blessing to come in. They're waiting for their blessing to come in, but it's held up 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 level back. 10 levels back. Because right here you're at level 1. and you haven't done it yet. You're over here and your person's over there, but you didn't do this. And when you do this, then all the levels, they begin to trickle into all the other places, all the other levels of lives and people, and exponentially from there. But some people are waiting like, God, I know you said this for me and that for me, but where is it? I know it's coming. My child did not do what I said. I said, whatever you do, do what I say. Don't do that thing. And they did that thing. So give it another. And the people there are like, oh, please, Lord, we need your intervention here. We need your provision, right? So please, I implore you, not just for you, not just for me, not just for the people you know. I'm talking about people you'll never meet. That when you do the one thing God says to do, it's going to bless goo gobs of people for generations to come. Because you did the one thing. It's all connected. Don't you know it's all connected? Everything's connected. Everything's connected. So please, set your intention right now. I know it's late in the day. Set your intention for the rest of today and the rest of my life. I'm going to do just what he said, okay? So if I do what God said to do, I'll be walking in my fullness of my destiny, and all that he created for me is going to come. All that he created for me to do is going to come. All the things that he created for me to do to help others is going to come and help others, and those will help others, and those will help others, and so on. And those people who are waiting will finally get the relief that they're waiting for. They will get that refreshing that they're waiting for. They get everything that God purposed for them to have. But it's being held up by you, or being held up by me, or being held up by them. And just imagine, as many people as there are, as how many different purposes there are. And if any of us are not doing something that any of us should be doing, someone else is suffering because of that somewhere. It's never just about, well, I don't have to do that, it's just my life, whatever. But no, you're connected. We're all connected. He didn't put stuff together. He didn't create the world where we're all disconnected. It was one creator. He created the whole thing as one thing. He didn't create this world and that world and this and this and that. He created heavens and earth. He created it all, and it's all good in His sight, and it's all one. So it's all connected. We're all connected. So do your part. Start today. Just start even now. Say, even now, Lord, even now. I'm not playing that dumb school no more. Which one? This or this? This one. Yes, move up. All right. So that's the end of dumb school for today. I don't know what the video is going to be called. Level up, dumb school, whatever you do. Don't you touch those windows. Lord, happy Father's Day. Thank you, Dad, for all the lessons you've given us over the years. And yes, happy Father's Day. My dad will be 88 this fall. He'll be 88 years young this fall. He's still at it, still doing great. So I'm grateful for that. Okay, that's our Father's Day edition, whatever you do. And don't be stuck in dumb school. And level up, why don't you? And come in, you've been away too long. I counted the days you were gone. 3 years in the plastic, over 3 years in the plastic, 7 years of waiting around. Listen, Linda, we got to get the heck on. All right, I got to go. Love you. God bless you. Love, hugs, pats, all of that, heart eyes. And I'll see you guys on the next video. I'll see you guys soon. Call me. Let me know who's who and what is what. And same grace for that trick people out there jobs. Same grace for them. Bye. They got to go. I'm coming to take. Bye. Flights. All right. Love you. See ya. Bye.